Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. Hearthstone's next miniset, Onyxia's Lair, was revealed today, and the first card reveals are out now. The miniset itself is coming on February 15th on Tuesday, but in this video I'm going to take a look at the 7 cards that have been revealed so far. First of all, we have a new Warlock Dragon, Spawn of Deathwing, 5-mana 6/6 dragon with a battlecry, destroy a random enemy minion, discard a random card. Unfortunately, discarding a random card isn't that great. I mean, destroy a random enemy minion, okay, that could work in some situations, and it also develops some tempo with a 6/6 for 5, so that's not bad. Maybe you could put this in some kind of a zoo-ish deck, mid-range-ish deck, but discarding a random card is typically pretty bad for you unless your cards are of really low value. Overall, discard effects have been moving towards a more targeted discard, so like we have Nightshade Matron, discard your highest cost card, and then we have like Hand of Gul'dan, when you play or discard this. So Warlock has these discard synergy cards, but they're almost impossible to use with Spawn of Deathwing, and Warlock doesn't currently have that sort of mid-range type archetype that Spawn of Deathwing could go into, so right now I don't see how this can be used. Then we have a new mage spell, Deep Breath, 5 mana, deal 1 damage to a minion and its neighbors, improved by number of other spells in your hand, and that's a fire spell. So you need quite a lot of spells in your hand to make this actually worthwhile, and that naturally directs you towards some kind of no minion mage. And in the current meta, what sort of no minion mage could you build? Well, it's probably going to be built around Sorcerer's Gambit, being a quest mage. Quest Mage, the current Quest Mage doesn't even always run Apex's Blast, which has kind of been this payoff card for not running minions in your deck. But Deep Breath does have the advantage that you can have some minions in your deck, so you could play like Quest Mage with multicasters in it, and just have the vast majority of cards being spells. And in a deck like that, okay, Deep Breath might actually be able to do something, but then we have to ask, okay, now we have this Quest Mage deck and we're running multicasters and we're running Deep Breath. Does Deep Breath solve the bad matchups for Quest Mage? And right now that doesn't seem to be the case. So the card has potential, goes into no minion mage decks or mage decks with very few minions in it, but I'm uncertain whether it has a place in the current meta. And then the third revealed card, Priest, Lightmoor Netherdrake. Just look at this card, because I think this card is totally bonkers. I think this is the best of the first 7 revealed cards. Lightmoor Netherdrake, 4 mana 4/4 dragon, battlecry if you're holding a holy and a shadow spell, deal 3 damage to all other minions. So we get some AoE by holding holy and shadow spells. Priest nowadays holds a lot of holy and shadow spells, and this goes incredibly well into, for example, Quest Priest. Activating that Seek Guidance, Quest Priest 4-cost slot has been difficult for Quest Priest. There are not a lot of great 4-cost Priest cards. So yeah, that's just looking like a really sweet tool and ready for Quest Priest to get good. Yikes, a little scary concept, but I do like this card. I like this card a lot. And the revealed Warrior Dragon is likewise really strong, but I'm not sure if that's going to be strong enough to make Warrior playable. But let's just look at this. Onyxian Drake, 4 mana, 4/5, alright, dragon. So we have Yeti stats, plus we have Taunt, plus we have Battlecry, deal damage equal to your armor to an enemy minion. Yeah, that is pretty sweet. But the days of defending are gone, so you can't just really defend, you also need card draw and you need proactive win condition. But I am wondering whether Onyxian Drake could enable Warrior to use Ringmaster Watley again for card draw. Because Ringmaster Watley in many of the slower Warrior decks hasn't really had a great dragon to draw. But Onyxian Drake gives it a great dragon to draw, so maybe there are some synergies and we could build some kind of Control Warrior or Charge Warrior list or something that is going to make use of the Onyxian Drake. Because the card is extremely strong, it's just a matter of finding this deck that can support it adequately. And then even more dragons, well, it is Onyxia's Lair after all. Onyxian Warder, 5 mana 3/6 dragon, battlecry, if you're holding a dragon, summon 2/2 and Welps with Rush. Love the mechanic, holding a dragon. Dragon Priest of old. There have been so many fun decks that have been using the holding a dragon mechanic. Right now we don't have that many dragons in standard format, but of course we haven't seen all of the Onyxia's Lair cards yet. There could be a lot of cards coming, there could be a lot of dragons coming, because you would like to play this in like Paladin with Dunbaldar Breach, and then those 2/1 Whelps get +2/+2, and fancy things would happen. But right now, of the current set that we know of, the only class that really has enough support to probably build some kind of dragon deck would be Priest. Dragon Priest with Onyxian Water, Skeletal Dragons, lots of dragons. It probably is not possible to evaluate this card properly until we see the full mini set, because it requires a lot of dragon synergies and we just don't have it in the game right now. The sixth revealed card is Neutral Card Draw. Alright, Neutral Card Draw, I'm interested. I'm listening. 3 mana, 1/5. Frenzy and Honorable Kill, draw a card. Well, it natively has 1 attack. Getting honorable kills with this is going to be extremely difficult. Frenzy only procs once, when the minion is first damaged if it does not die to that damage. 3 mana minion, 5 health. Getting that Frenzy effect proc is quite likely, but that only draws 1 card, it's never going to draw another one. So then you need to use Honorable Kill to draw more cards. So if we compare this to like a classic neutral card draw tool, which isn't available in Standard anymore, the Acolyte of Pain, which was a 3 mana 1/3, whenever this minion takes damage, draw a card. So someone kills that with damage, you draw 1 card. Or you can just get it damaged multiple times and you draw multiple cards. And you can't do any of that stuff with Whelpbonker. So is a 3 mana 1/5 cantrip good enough to run, like a card that draws you 1 card, so it kind of replaces itself in your hand? And I'm not really convinced. Card draw is always interesting, but this one just seems a little weak to me. And finally, the 7th new card that has been revealed, Don't Stand in the Fire, a Shaman spell. 5 mana spell, deal 10 damage randomly split among all enemy minions. Overload 1, Fire. Overload 1 and Fire makes this so much more interesting. Deal 10 damage randomly split among all enemy minions. Okay, so you are really interested in running this in a deck that sometimes has minions on the board, so it kills the opponent's minions, but it doesn't damage your own. Having that Fire tag means that, for example, the current Quest Shaman, it runs 1 fire spell, Perpetual Flame, and it runs Multicaster, and Multicaster wants you to cast a fire spell at some point. So you could add your fire spell consistency by adding Don't Stand in the Fire to something like Quest Shaman, and oh look, it has Overload too. And Overload is exactly what Quest Shaman wants to be doing, so yeah, I can totally see some opportunities for this card. If there is a meta where dealing the 10 damage randomly split among enemy minions is good. So if there's like a meta where there's individual big minions or then like somewhat wide boards, yeah, I could totally see this seeing play in Quest Shaman. Those were the card reveals for the first day, and on Twitter the developers tweeted, Cora specifically, that we didn't want to show all the best stuff on day 1. So there's more good stuff coming. It looks like very dragon heavy expansion, so we can expect more dragons. Will be interesting to see how many more dragon synergies there are, whether we'll be able to build some dragon decks. There were a couple of outstanding cards here, the warrior dragon, the priest dragon, then some lackluster cards, but yeah, so far I'm moderately excited, and because Cora tweeted that the best is yet to come, that makes me a little bit more hopeful. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and check out my Twitch channel.